And most things is updates. Mm-hmm. The cheerleaders getting shot.
Another shooting.
Cheerleaders.
How did this happen? People just free with their guns.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Hey, y'all. Yep. Wild Wild West.
Yep.
Let's talk about the Wild Wild West.
Okay. And we got the football guys back. DeMar Hamlin, he's back.
I think eyes is going to be on him because nobody want him to fall out no more.
And who's going to want to hit him? What guy is going to want to be lined up against him?
It may be a good thing. It may be a bad. I don't even know.
I wouldn't want to be lined up against him.
Oh, I tell you.
And then we got, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
So I guess we'll start off with the cheerleaders.
Okay. Who shoots at a group of cheerleaders? Don't you just love cheerleaders?
Well, this goes back to what I was saying about the black boy, the young black boy, Ralph, Yarl, about the white guy shooting him. Remember I said, can we find out everything? Is this somebody who shoots everybody? Is he nervous? Or was that a racist?
Remember we used to say trigger happy.
What make people feel like it was racial is because he shot him twice.
Yeah.
He shot him and then he opened.
I'm going to make sure he's gone.
That's why I think everybody's making the whole thing the racial thing.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying with the cheerleaders. That's not.
And that other shooting too, when a man came out and they came into the wrong driveway.
Well, that's this. That's the cheerleaders.
Oh, they were the ones that came into the driveway wrong.
They were the wrongs.
Because it said parking lot.
Yeah, so we'll say what happened.
You sure it's not a different story?
Wrong car in the park. Oh, no, you're right. That's another one.
Isn't that sad? There's so many of them, we can't keep track.
That's the one where the girls turned around in the man's parking lot. Parking lot.
His driveway.
He came out the door.
And one of the girls, unfortunately, didn't make it.
Isn't that ridiculous? It's so many of them.
It's sad.
We can't even remember anymore.
Oh.
No, that was the one where the guy was on his lawn. And Tuesday was the one where the guy
that was in Arizona when they were in the backyard.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, the school, was that the one in Mexico or
the
school? No,
that was the movie theater when it was 7 boys and 2 girls. Was that the
group of Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts? The Boy Scouts was last
week. They found some cookies, it was ridiculous. The Girl Scouts.
It's getting ridiculous. We can't even keep up on these things.
And it's no laughing matter. So even though I'm laughing, it's
you
not
always
a
laughing. And people get mad.
People get mad and say, "How dare you laugh at this?"
You know what it is.
And there's child could be one of the ones that was taken.
What it is what you got. You got a nervous laugh.
No, that's not nervous.
No. When people have a nervous laugh, it doesn't mean that they laughing like.
It's a nervous laugh.
It's almost like the
because I thought it was funny.
No, I'm trying to think. You just don't think it's funny.
Don't protect me. I thought it was funny.
I'm not trying to protect you. I'm just trying to think you're not an airhead.
I'm sorry. It's not about being an airhead. I don't know why a kind of that information can be funny in a sense like, wow, we can't. I'm laughing.
Not funny. You think that you using the word wrong.
Humorous that we can't keep up with them because there's so many of them. But it's a sad news.
Not the news story.
Exactly.
It's stupid that we can't keep up with
exactly. That part of it. And some people still take that as, how dare you laugh at the situation? But a
nervous laugh is like you're trying to fill a space.
No, that's not. No.
I do that sometimes.
What's his name said you did that when you
and I didn't. But anyway, I know when I do a nervous laugh. But I have done nervous laughs.
Oh yeah. I get it, and I wasn't nervous. Okay,
but I was trying to take up for you for just laughing at stories.
I'm sorry.
People don't think you're an idiot.
They did that when they got mad at me when I laughed at the little girl that was left home.
Yeah, that's not funny.
You know, because we were laughing at, is she going to feed herself? Yeah. Is she going to turn the TV on? You know, you thought about that. So,
all right.
So we forgive me if I offended somebody.
Well, every time we come on air, we offend people.
Oh, so that don't matter then.
You're going to always offend somebody. It's nothing you can do.
But as long as I apologize, it's for me.
If you say left, the people on the right will be mad. If you say right, the people on the left will be mad.
You know what? It's one of those things where if you ask for forgiveness and they don't forgive you, then as long as
just keep it moving.
I apologize.
Right.
I'm letting you know I'm truly sorry. You keep it moving. And then you move on.
But let's say hi to everybody and then go right to this story. Okay. Emerald says, hey, ladies. Hey, Emerald.
Hey, Emerald.
Wendy says, hey, Emerald. Wendy saying hey to Emerald.
Oh, okay.
What about us, Wendy?
You're supposed to say hi to us first, Wendy.
Everybody in the chat said hi to
each other.
What's going on here?
And what about
us? The Woods Report is what brought y'all all together.
Thank you. We gave you that platform, that space.
Y'all having
how you doing? Did you do the chicken recipe that I sent you?
Y'all having full conversations in the chat room.
Girl, I didn't get the link. Did you get the link, girl? Oh yeah, by the way, hey, Wood Sisters. Excuse me.
Like we not even here no more.
I know.
You want us to just
thank you, Lenore and Kim, for bringing us together on the platform so we can talk to each other.
Why don't we just turn the camera on and then walk away and let everybody talk to each other?
Girl, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, what happened to the Wood Sisters? They just want to use the washroom or something. Right. I don't even know.
Now here we go. Wendy says, "Hey, Emerald." Mike says, "Hey, ladies. Hi, everyone."
Greet the host first.
Thank you,
talk
Mike.
to each other.
Wendy says, "Hey, sister queens." Hey, Wendy.
Hey.
Wendy says the two teens face murder charges for the Sweet 16 party massacre that left 4 dead and 32 injured. Oh, yeah, that's the update on that one.
Yeah.
Alabama police say 3 hours ago. Yeah, they caught the boys.
Yeah.
They were brothers or something like that.
Did they have a reason?
I don't know if we know the reason yet. If y'all know the reason, put it in the chat.
Yeah, what was their motive?
Do they know this person or
just
what? You know,
crazy.
M. Perk says, "Yes, I can have a nervous, unbelieving laugh." Yes.
Yeah.
Wendy says, "Hey, Perk." Perk says, "You go showing sister love." Emerald says, "Hi, Wendy," and then Mike is laughing.
Well, make sure y'all say hi to us first.
Right.
I'm just teasing.
No, it don't matter.
I don't care.
All right. So the two Texas cheerleaders, sound like a movie, don't it? The Texas cheerleaders.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The two Texas cheerleaders shot after getting into the wrong car in a parking lot. Police said a man opened fire at 4 cheerleaders after their practice. 2 Texas cheerleaders were shot after one of them said they had mistakenly got into the wrong car in a parking lot after practice, authorities said. One of the victims was treated and released at the scene Tuesday morning, and the second cheerleader was helicoptered to a hospital in critical condition, according to the Elgin police.
Is this Illinois?
This Texas.
Okay. Oh, Texas cheerleaders.
Pedro Taylor, I guess everybody getting it. Now, he Latin. We done got white people, black people, Latino people.
Well, the shootings is diverse.
Everybody.
All ethnicities.
Everybody got a gun. Annie, go get your gun. Everybody got one. Pedro Rodriguez Jr., so there's another one of him out there.
Oh, no, Dad.
25 has been charged with deadly conduct, a third-degree felony, police said. Rodriguez allegedly fled the scene after the shooting and was arrested at his home. Now, why would you flee the scene and go home, you big dummy?
He could have actually stayed and said they was trying to steal my car.
He could have made up something. He's an idiot.
When you guys do that, if somebody is, I'm surprised he even had the doors open.
He's stupid.
If somebody is in your car,
thank you,
and you pull out your concealed to carry weapon,
right? He could say, "I thought she was trying to get me,"
but he can't. Was in my car,
but he can't because he got out. Let me show you what happened.
Okay.
Heather Roth, a cheerleader with Woodlands Elite Cheer Company, said on Instagram Live that she and 3 other cheerleaders had finished practice when they went to a carpool lot just after midnight. See, it's that nighttime stuff, Tuesday. Roth says she got out of her friend's car and opened the door to a car she thought was her own, but a man was in the passenger seat. She said she got out of the car back into her friend's car. When the man approached their vehicle, Roth says she rolled down the window to apologize, and the man started shooting.
It's funny how these last few shootings don't even give them a chance to talk.
They don't even give you a chance to talk, and it's stupid. It's like,
I thought she was in the car.
No.
But did he see her in the car and got out?
She got out of the car, went back to the other car.
So maybe he thought she stole something.
No, she didn't steal. He's an idiot. I'm trying
to be the defense lawyer that's going to try to protect him.
This is the defense lawyer. What I think happened. Mm-hmm. He got out of the car, went over to her car. She rolled the window down. They were giggling because they're cheerleaders. We sorry.
That nervous laughter.
And then he said, "You made a mistake and got in my car." I'm just making this up.
Okay.
You made a mistake and got in my car. Okay, all right, already.
I'm sorry.
I
said I was sorry.
Gosh. Don't get smart with me. Well, we said we were sorry. My goodness. And then he shot.
He got mad.
Anything,
he got into his feelings.
Anything less than that, even that's stupid to start shooting on somebody. But anything less, see, a lot of times, that's why I told you, when we hear one person's side and we hear the other person's side, the truth is somewhere in the middle.
It's somewhere in the middle.
It's somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. Now, do I believe that there are people who are crazy enough to just shoot you for nothing?
On
yes.
sight, yes.
There have been people who stepped on people's shoes and somebody pulled out a gun and
or
shot
somebody
them.
didn't open the door for them.
I watched a man. I was in Chicago. Mm-hmm. This is when I lived there. And I was on the L, getting ready to get on the L. Mm-hmm. And he was walking by and he was digging in this lady's purse.
You saw his hand in there.
Yes, he was digging in her purse. Jesus. And at first I was thinking, am I going to say something? Because what if he attacks me?
Mm-hmm. Trying to be good Samaritan.
She obviously knows he's digging in her purse.
How do you think she knew?
Because you could tell. It was a white lady.
Really?
And it was a black man.
She knew.
She knew because the way she was scared. Aww. And so I was like, leave her alone.
Oh, and you said it loud.
I said, leave her alone. And then he said, shut up. Mind your business. I said, you shut up. I said, and then he turned around like he was going to come at me. I said, I will push you all on these tracks. Because it was the tracks there. I said, I swear to God, I will push you on those tracks.
I ain't messing with her.
But he could have had a gun.
Yeah. And that would have shut you up.
Now, had I survived, right, I wouldn't have told that story to the police. I would have said, the man was digging in her purse, and I said, hey, stop. Why are you doing that? And then he turned around and shot me.
Oh, you would have made it seem.
I wouldn't have made it seem like I was like yelling at him and stuff like that.
I don't know, because it was on the news, Inside Edition, where it was, I don't know what this guy's ethnicity was. He and his girlfriend, she was white, I think. They were beat up at this, outside this one store or something. Mm-hmm. And people were like not helping, and people was kicking them and whatever and hitting them in the face. This black lady went over across the street and was cussing at them, saying, get your hands off of them.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Being like a mother.
Right.
And they stopped and ran away.
But see,
the couple was like, I'm so glad she came to help us.
But some people would have beat her up. That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
I guess she was bold.
And did you know, we'll get to it.
What?
More on that 16-year-old. Wendy gave an update on that.
With the white man?
No, Wendy gave an update on the Alabama. It's so many of them. The 16-year-old, the boy that went up to Ralph Yarl.
Okay.
What happened with that one?
Oh.
It was more than just him just going over to that lady's thing.
Oh. How did they find out?
He went to several places, and they told him. They said, "Get off my lawn," or "Get away." And then one couple or group told him, or a person told him, "Put your hands behind your back and get on the ground." All this stuff, nobody was going to help him.
What kind of neighborhood is that?
And then this one white guy said he came out there and sat with him while the police came. It was
along with the one person that helped him.
We don't know. It's everybody's.
This neighborhood must not get many visitors. They must black people.
Yeah, so it was more to that.
What? Your mailman can be black.
So he was running to get help. And
then one of the guys was on the news. He was saying it's unfortunate that they need to pass a law. They said in that state. As far as protecting people, mm-hmm. Fear of black. My blackness is fearing you.
But what's up with this? These are cheerleaders. Oh, and they not black.
No more. I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
We got one issue after another.
It's one after the other.
Some people just losing it. You and I had a big, deep discussion about mental illness, and not everything is just mental illness blame.
Exactly.
Some people is just mean.
Yeah.
And evil.
So there you go.
Go ahead.
So that's
anything else with that though? Like you just guessing what the conversation could have been.
I'm just guessing that
provoke him to
that
shoot.
She didn't just roll the window down and he started shooting. Now it could possibility be yes, that is what happened.
Wow.
But I just got this feeling that something was said, and then he, being a creep that he is, decided he wanted to just go ahead and let off some things.
Actually could have gotten off. Defense-wise, because they were in his car.
Or she got in the car. He was in the passenger side. Maybe he had something illegal going on in the car. And he thinking she saw it. I don't know. I'm just throwing all that out there. Or he's a complete nut job. You don't know these days.
Okay, that's true.
You don't know. Okay. But I'm just assuming.
Wendy sent you this story?
No. This is on the news.
Okay.
Let me see. Wendy says Wild Wild West, which is what I said. It's a miracle that he lived. Oh, the 16-year-old boy. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Your story, you saw this on The View. Go ahead.
Yeah, some of the things they talked about on The View, I just wanted to pull this one out. Get y'all opinion on it, because some of y'all are mothers and parents.
Mm-hmm. You want to play it first, or you gonna?
You know what? Yeah, because I think it's a baseball player's wife. But go ahead and give the background.
Today's picture, Anthony Bass vented on social media about his wife and daughter's recent flight, tweeting, "The flight attendant at United just made my 22-week pregnant wife traveling with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old get on her hands and knees to pick up the popcorn mess by my youngest daughter." Are you kidding me? A lot of Twitter followers weighed in about this, and United said they're looking into it. But what about y'all? I mean, listen, if you see somebody has a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old and there's popcorn and stuff on the floor, help them out. Don't say you got to clean it up. You standing there, she got her hands full. What are you doing? You supposed to be helping people out. Come on now.
Well, and also, try bending over in one of those rows. My butt will not go. There's no getting to the popcorn at that point.
Okay, first of all.
Now, Sunny, her point, before you go further, her point was she agreed. No, this is why she said this. And a lot of people responded and said, "You go, Sonny. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, my kids will blah, blah, blah." It was a 5-year-old and I believe a 3, and then she's pregnant. She said apparently when she goes places with her kids when they were little, I guess, she taught them, "Honey, you need to clean up the mess." Had a little 5-year-old learn to pick up the popcorn, put it in the little garbage. So training your child to keep things clean, and he's old enough. And then some people were, and Sarah said, well, it depends, because if you're on a plane, you may not have the option to undo his little seat belt and be free to walk around and bend over, whatever. So everybody had their own opinion on it, but a lot of people chimed in and they agreed with something.
Okay, first of all,
Whoopi had a good idea. She said, why not have one of those little duster buster things?
Where you clean up after it?
The flight attendant, give it to the mom. Little bit noise at the 5 minutes, and clean the popcorn up.
All right.
And then be done.
All right, you done?
Go ahead.
First of all, no.
No what?
I don't believe that you should make... First of all, I think if you're going to train your kids, try to train them not to make a mess in the first place. Well, that's the number one thing. It's
kind of hard when you got a little 2-year-old.
I got you.
Okay.
But no, I'm not going to have my kid on the nasty floor where everybody's feet have been in cold.
Part of his stuff is on the floor too, though.
He's been in cold. Everybody been walking in dust from the Sahara Desert, and everybody all in the plane, under the plane. People put boogers and all kinds of stuff.
You don't even know he could be doing this.
It's gum.
Why he picking it up?
It's gum underneath the seats. It's all kind of crap on that floor.
Yes,
not just my child. If they not doing it as the airline, that means the other guy's crap is on there too.
Yeah.
When he was eating his cold, nasty,
and he may have
airline
something out, and he went on the floor, and so people didn't think about it that way.
So no.
And Whoopi was right when she said people can help.
And number 2. And I hate to be mean.
What?
But if you need to hire somebody from the airline to go in every time we leave.
They do.
To go and clean the floor.
They do that.
Then that's his job.
They do that.
Not mine.
Because a friend of mine, one of my old jobs, a co-worker of mine, her boyfriend did that job. In fact, he was trying to invent at the time. I don't even know if he got any further with it. He was trying to, because the mother of necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
Because he worked that job, he was trying to think of something that's real quick that can suck up the stuff like that.
Yes. And you know that it's going, when there's kids and small kids, what do you want? You want me to stuff popcorn in a little kid's mouth? You want him to scream the whole plane?
I'd rather he be quiet.
So I'll give him popcorn. I don't care if he throws it all across the plate.
Food on the floor.
If I don't want to hear him cry for the whole plane ride, give him what he wants, for God's sake. So I agree that I think it should happen in the forefront. Try to keep it where they make as little mess. Like maybe when you give them the popcorn, maybe feel a certain thing that you got to do.
It's this old little area.
Yeah, like a tray or I'll even put a thing around their head where it's like a bucket, like a horse, where it just catches everything. Everything falls into there.
Be creative.
Be creative.
But
I'm not putting my child on the floor in an airplane to pick up anything. I barely even want it with COVID. I barely even want to be in the airplane.
See, nobody's thinking about that. They all chimed in. A lot of people was chiming in,
and the same thing for restaurants. Same thing for restaurants. Well, how many times have we gone to a restaurant and you could tell a family was there because there's food all under the table,
and the restaurant don't sweep it up. We have to ask them, "Can you get this, ma'am?"
But I don't expect the family to have the kid get under the table and clean the table underneath the floor.
And see, that goes back into that training of your child then. A lot of people are criticizing parents.
Yeah.
No matter how many kids you have or don't have. The fact is, like, I think with Mama, how she helped, because I helped Mama with you.
Yeah.
Bring this, Lenore, carry this. And I was little kids.
Right.
Lenore, clean that up. You made a mess, and I'll be picking it up, putting it in the garbage.
Say. Wendy says, you don't let a toddler eat popcorn on a plane in the first place. I would have said, you can have it when we get off the plane. That's what I'm saying. Try to litigate the damages ahead of time.
Okay, how would you handle now this?
No, give them a sucker or something to put in their mouth. Saying.
How would you handle those children, which we've been on flights 6 hours?
Yeah.
And they cry.
Right.
No, not now, honey.
No, give them right. But you know your child.
Popcorn.
I know. No.
To shut him up.
No, you got other stuff you can give.
Well, you may not have other stuff.
Oh, well.
And he may look at the popcorn if he's spoiled and say, I only want that.
Right. Well,
don't give me no sucker. Don't give me no ice cream.
If he's crying and I got popcorn and I'm on the next thing, I'll give him the popcorn if that's what he wants.
And I'll clean it up.
I'm not cleaning nothing up on that nasty.
But I'll have something to clean it up, though.
No.
I will have, you know how I am as far as kids. We'll have things to help. We know they're going to mess up.
Right.
So like Whoopi was saying, I would pull out a little duster buster.
Bring out that little cordless
thing. And
okay. Let's see. Emerald says, after a long flight with small children, it's hard as hell. Whew. You are doing everything to keep them from crying and being bored. Popcorn on the floor isn't acceptable to me. I agree. Wendy says, you don't allow a small child to eat popcorn on a plane in the first place because you know it's messy. Emerald says, trust me, I've been there. Wendy says, fine, neater snacks. Emerald says, at a restaurant, I always tidy up myself and my kids, even with teenagers. And Emerald says, lollipop equals sugar. Oh, yeah. Popcorn
they won't go to sleep.
But give them a popcorn ball they can't hardly get the popcorn off of.
Well, here's the thing.
You know that popcorn ball that's stuck with stuff. And then the whole place be stuck with something where they can't even get the popcorn off of.
Whoopi was saying, when that flight attendant came to her, she made it sound like the pilot and people flying the plane would you would have to clean this mess up.
But he didn't.
Now, aside from that, Whoopi was like, she was on the side of, okay, you see the woman is probably struggling. She's pregnant. She has 2 little kids under 5. Can somebody get up and help her?
That's the other thing too.
Are we so into our own little world that I've helped a mom? I think one time I even held one of the kids.
Yeah,
while she got her luggage.
Here's the thing.
Duh.
And that's the other thing I want to talk about real quick.
Oh, I tell you.
I think these airlines, after COVID, these stewardess and these pilots,
flight attendants,
they doing too much.
What do you mean?
They doing too much because the government has given them power to kick people off the plane and stuff.
For little things.
They doing too much. They gonna power thing
they giving
here.
Too much power.
They are at a point now to where they feel like we don't even have to give an excuse to tell you to get off the plane.
Should we be okay with that one incident on Inside Edition where that person hit the flight attendant in the face?
That's what I'm saying.
Because they told her to not couldn't have something with the drinks.
It's not. You're not supposed.
She got punched in the face.
You're not supposed to do that. But what I have been noticing, just when we've been flying and stuff, is some of them are not as nice as they used to be. They've gotten a little bit more. It's something about it. So that's why I'm saying I'm glad that he made it happen to a famous baseball player, and that they're going to look into it.
Yes.
Because these stewardess, what do you call them?
Flight attendants
and these pilots are starting to be power hungry, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They starting to be like, I don't like what you said. Get off the plane.
Popcorn on the floor. Very well, thank you.
And what if she would have said no? She didn't want to get down and get it. What
she would have been removed from the plane.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Because she's not following the flight attendant's order.
And now the captain, he can't fly now because he's depressed because you didn't listen to him.
And everybody on the flight is like, oh man. But why don't they have a dustbuster? Seriously, for cleanups like that, real quickie. Is it so hard to? Okay, help me out here. How much would one of those cost?
I don't know, not a lot.
Thank you. Oh, that was that.
They probably can't have one because if it's not locked up somewhere, they'll say somebody can use it as a weapon in the air or something, and break a window or something. Okay. You know, it's something stupid, some reason why they don't have it. Well, there's a reason why they don't have it, but they don't need that. The people who come on...
Well, they don't want it all on the floor until the people come to clean. See, that's a lot of stuff on the floor.
Unless this is a flight that was continuing on.
And some of them do. They don't have time to clean up. Because they've even told you that another group is going to be coming in. Make sure you get all of your belongings.
That's what that is.
Your trash.
I bet you it was a continuing flight, and the captain said, we don't have a mid crew to come in. So you need to everybody pick up after yourselves, including you lady with the popcorn.
That poor mother.
Now, I agree with you. Somebody around her should have helped.
I would have probably helped if I sat nearby.
I wouldn't have dug down on the floor. I would have used my foot or something.
Well, think about it. If I heard the flight attendant make that comment to her,
right,
I assure you I would have gotten up.
And you know what? We wouldn't have been looking for any kind of compensation. But can you imagine if you would have been on the plane and helped, and he's a famous baseball player. So because you helped his wife, he would have probably gave you a shout out.
Honey, who was the lady that helped you? It was a black lady.
And she has a social media
show called The Woods Report.
And all of a sudden, millions of people come to our show.
Favor. Why people don't like to do things just being nice?
But we would have did it just to be nice.
I know.
But you see how that would have, how it could triple on?
We went as far as, I told you, we said this in our old shows, where we saw a hit and run.
Oh, yeah.
And we chased the person down with our own car. It was nighttime.
We was a vigilantes.
They was trying to get away from us. They turned their
lights
off.
But that was stupid for us to do
It was very stupid. And we learned from that. We're not doing that no more, especially now because we make it.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, yeah.
Emerald says they still have to clean up regardless and wipe down surfaces. I agree. They still should clean up, even on a continuing flight. I think they should go through the areas where the people got off and just double check. Make sure that the seatbelts are okay.
Nothing major is messy.
Yeah, somebody could have barfed in the seat or something. So they still should do that. I agree.
Okay.
All right.
So that's a good topic.
Yeah.
Different opinions.
Oh, it's prompting questions about why stars Ali Wong and Stephen Yeun, whatever, decided to work with Choi on their show. So this guy...
Did he really make this up?
David Choi, an actor and artist who appears on Netflix hit show Beef, is under fire for recently resurfaced comments that he made. Between 2013 and 2014, Choi hosted the DV Dasa, I don't know what that is, podcast, alongside porn actress and director Asa Akira, in which the pair discussed life, relationships, sex, and work. He basically said that he went to this massage therapist and he told her
more than a massage.
He told her after she finished, he wanted her to touch it. Then she was like, no. He said, well, just...
You at the wrong massage parlor.
Just kiss it or touch it or whatever. And she said, no, I don't want to do that. That's regular massage lady.
Yeah.
So he said he took the back of her head, and crammed it down into his crotch.
But he said this.
He said it on a podcast.
And this is supposed to be not true?
According to now, he's saying he made the story up.
Oh, because no woman has come forth to say that.
Choi explained, according to Gawker, I'm like, wow, that sounds so creepy. So I go back to the chill method of you never ask first. You just do it, get in trouble, and then pay the price later. The actor described his actions as rapey behavior during the episode. He reported at the time before saying, I know, I'm sorry, it's disgusting. He's not saying he made the story up then. He's saying it's disgusting. I know, I'm creepy. Choi then said he forced the massage to perform you know what, on him. So he said he not crushed it down and just took her head, but forced her to do it.
That's something you don't.
So she didn't want to do it, he said.
That's something you don't play with.
He continued to discuss the incident. While Choi co-host discussed the event as the R word, Choi joked about the thrill of possibly going to jail over it. The actor apologized in 2014 for the episode and now deleted blog. So he has the #1 show right now on Netflix, and this has been drummed up. That he
How
said,
do they find this?
People find stuff. You know what? They wait, like they did Jonathan Majors. They wait till you become like really big and everybody start talking about you, and then people will say, "Well, this happened to him back then." Nobody's talking about that.
The bigger they are,
and they may have said it, but nobody cared because he was a nobody. But now that he's famous, people care.
Because the only other thing that'll get him out of this is that it is really fake, like he said.
He said he made up the story.
It's not funny. And if there was really no lady to say, yeah, that was me.
Well, here's the problem that he has. Let's just say for the sake of argument that he made it up. Why would you make something up like that?
That explicit. Yeah, you are kind of horny.
No, creepy.
Creepy, whatever the word is.
You're creepy.
Yeah, he's that too.
So even if
you made up a actual event, you made up an event that happens that's not a good one.
Who does that?
It's not a good one. Usually you make up events where you come and save the day. Here I am to save the day.
That's like him
that
saying
kind of stuff. That's the stuff you make up.
That's like him saying he broke into some woman's house and did the R word to her.
Yeah.
I was just joking.
Just joking.
Why would you joke about that?
No, especially now.
So he's under fire because in my opinion, even if he made it up, he's still creepy.
Yeah, it's almost like either way he's get hit.
And you're not funny.
Either if he really did it or if he made it up, it's bad for him. Because I'm concerned that he made it up and it didn't happen.
I don't think he made it up. I think he's telling the truth.
Oh.
And the lady probably is either passed on or she don't want to say nothing.
That's sad.
Okay, so that was it for him.
Okay, that's a big show.
#1 show. Bills Damar Hamlin discusses cause of his cardiac arrest during the Bengals game. I died on national television.
He's back in practice now.
He's back. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin has made a remarkable recovery since his cardiac arrest during a game against the Cincinnati Bengals on January 2nd. Or Bengals. On Tuesday, the Bills announced Hamlin has been fully cleared to return to the football activities just 3.5 months after requiring CPR on the field during Monday Night Football. I think that's too soon.
Me too.
Hamlin's journey back to health was one that united the NFL teams around the league, paid tribute to the Bills' safety in Week 18. Not to sound cliche, man, but the whoa moment is every day just being able to wake up and just take breaths like a peaceful life, Hamlin said when asked what sticks out to him regarding his journey back to health. To have a family, to have people around me that love me, that care about me, and for those people to still have me in their lives. They almost lost me. I died on national TV in front of the world. You know what I mean? That means there's just the biggest blessing of it all. For me to still have my family and my people to still have me. I understand what he's saying. I like what he's saying. I mean, you gotta send him back. But can you imagine being the guy I'm not touching him.
That's facing him, getting ready to tackle and do the play. It's like it's similar to an athlete coming back from a
I was just praying over this guy 3.5 months.
Mentally ready to receive and do what they need to do to stop him. If, like what you're saying, works, they're gonna try that as many times. Give him the ball.
Give him the ball.
They're not gonna hit him real hard.
Give him the ball.
Because he may faint again.
And everybody gonna be watching him like a hawk. As they come in to do the talk about the play that they gonna do, the quarterback gonna be listening. You okay? You okay, Damar?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You breathing a little hard, Damar. Man, I normally breathe, man. We playing football.
Sit down, man. Sit down right now.
You sweating, Damar. We all sweating, man.
And every 10 minutes we'll put you back in. Right now, they're going to be watching him. That's why I'm thinking it's too soon.
I think it's too soon.
Yeah. For what happened to him is too soon.
I don't understand why he can't just sit out the season.
I don't know. He wants to play.
He wants to play.
Think about it, your kids, if they play a professional, if they're pros, I don't care how the injury was, they want to get back in there.
The diagnosis of what happened to me was basically Comatio. What is this? Cordis.
Cordis.
It's a direct blow at a specific point in your heartbeat that causes cardiac arrest,
which could hit the same area
and
again.
5 to 7 seconds later you fall out. Now, this thing is the leading cause of death in youth athletes across all sports. So that's something that I personally would be taking to a step in to make a change. Also, with that being said, all of the awareness around CPR and access to AEDs have been lowering that number as well. Bill's general manager, Brandon Bean, said Hamlin has seen 3 separate specialists, the latest on Friday, with all 3 clearing him. But, okay, when you go see the specialist, he's sitting there with the little thing, listening to your heart.
Heart is strong.
He's putting you in that machine.
Heart is beating really well.
He doesn't have a 300-pound linebacker hit you in the medical room.
Let's test and see if your body can withstand 300 and something pounds coming at you, Negro.
See, I don't like that.
So we don't know.
His family gonna be so nervous.
But if you got a point, if it's a mental thing where other players will go, I don't even want to take the chance.
I'm not touching him.
I'm gonna
let him
run. I'm gonna let him run. Let me grab him at his legs.
I'm not touching this dude.
I can't bang into him.
No.
I gotta wrestle with him differently.
I ain't touching this man. Wow. If I'm on the other side of that.
Let's see if it works.
I'm just telling you, if I was a football player, I'm not touching him.
Okay.
And I know that you don't want to say that, but I think the Bills.
Is he that good?
No,
they had to clear him and have him come back, even with as delicate as his health situation.
Well, I don't know what position he plays, but
it's not like it was Michael Vick or somebody.
Whatever position he plays, give him the ball.
Wow,
that's how I feel.
Okay, we'll see.
Dianne Feinstein resign calls grow louder as more Democrats turn on her.
Okay.
Now, this lady is old as I don't know what.
So she still has not made the decision.
She does not want to step down. And she ain't even been there.
I heard that she has shingles.
But she ain't voted for nothing. She ain't been there.
Well, whose decision is that? I think they said on the news that there's someone's decision that can say to her, you need to sit down.
But she has to make the decision to do it. Senator Dianne...
I don't think
they can suggest it.
Yeah.
Dianne Feinstein is facing more calls from her own party to resign.
But that's the party.
GOP
what about
confirms.
her people?
It will not support plans to temporarily replace the California Democrat on the Judiciary Committee while she recovers from illness. Feinstein, 89 years old, was hospitalized with shingles in early March and has missed dozens of Senate votes in Washington while she recovers at her San Francisco home. The veteran Democrat has faced calls to step down as her absence from the Judiciary Committee has meant that the Senate cannot confirm some of President Joe Biden's judiciary nominees.
I thought it was.
She messing up the Democratic Party.
What's the other guy that had the mental breakdown that went to get some help?
Right.
Fetterman.
Yeah.
I thought they had a process in place. God forbid if any of these representatives get hurt, injured, hit by a Mack truck.
They do.
I thought somebody steps in.
They do, but you have to be where you say or you incapacitated. She's not. She just can't be there. No. It's like a job to me. No. If you at your job and you never there, why are you working? They should fire you.
Yeah, they should either fire you or maybe work from home. Maybe have her be videotaped in or something. I don't even know.
It says her continued absence is hindering the judiciary confirmation process.
If she's messing
up Biden from being the president.
If she's holding up things, then I don't know what.
And what's going to happen is when it's people. She's doing what Ginsburg did. Remember our Supreme Court justice. They kept asking her to step down when Obama was president. And Ruth didn't do it. Right. She was like, no.
I think she was holding out.
No, she thought Hillary was going to win. She didn't think that she thought Hillary was going to beat Trump.
Right.
She did not think that Trump was going to win.
Yeah.
And what happened was, and she even went on record to say that.
Yeah.
It was a mistake.
She was holding off. Yeah.
She was holding off.
Because she wanted the option of the person in office.
She wanted Hillary Clinton to be the one to appoint the next
next person.
justice.
Exactly.
And what happened? Trump got in there and put two of them in there.
Two in there, yep.
Because she didn't want to step down. Everybody kept saying, step down. You're going to be retiring in about 2 or 3 years anyway. Mm-hmm. Just step down already and let Obama appoint another judge.
If it's getting this serious,
so she's doing the same thing.
So if it's getting this serious, then I thought that they can override what she feels or don't feel.
The California governor said if she steps down, he's going to appoint a black woman because we don't have a black senator. And what's her name?
Force her to sit down?
What's her name? The vice president.
Kamala.
When she left, that made a vacancy. So they were going to get rid of this old lady and put a black person in there, a black woman in there.
That's just wrong.
So you've done good, Diane. Get out of there, for God's sake.
I'm just saying, what are the other options? Because apparently she's not listening.
And then the other thing I don't like, and that's what people were saying with Joe Biden running, he's old. He's already the oldest president, running another 4 years.
Well, I don't know.
Why do people not want to just step aside?
Who has been our oldest? There's other ones that has been the
oldest. Trump probably is the next. But Dianne Feinstein does not want to leave. She don't want to leave.
I just don't know.
Get out of there.
I don't know the process for our representatives, our senators or whatever. If they don't want to leave for whatever reason, can that vote be override? And whoever in office.
It says here she's missed 60 votes.
Right.
Get out of there.
She's not going nowhere. I don't know why people hollering at her to do it.
I think she will the more people keep yelling at her.
I don't think so.
If people keep booing you and saying, get out of there, nobody wants you.
Booing her where? She at the hospital.
And see, why not leave with dignity and grace? Why you got to be booed out of your chair?
Pence was booed. Who cares?
No, I'm saying stand in your office.
Boos don't care. They don't bother them.
Mike says nobody wants to leave their group athletes, don't like to retire and leave the team and become an outsider. Yeah. Same thing. Same thing with even the athlete thing. Mm-hmm. People just don't want to leave.
Well, with the athlete thing, he wants to continue to play. He's still young.
Well, that's different. But this lady needs to get out of there.
This lady, let's just say plan B. She's not leaving. What's the next plan?
Nothing.
Who can sit her down?
Nobody.
I think somebody can. They did talk about this on the news. I just don't remember the details of what the process is. Somebody can sit her down.
Here's my thing.
I don't know if it's the president.
But why go that way?
Speaker of the House. I don't even know.
Why go kicking and screaming?
I think you need to go kicking and screaming.
No. I'm saying leave with dignity.
Well, she ain't listening.
Now, you know, black people turned on her when we found out a black woman would take her spot. That's when black people was like, what? Get out of there, lady.
I ain't heard nothing else from her. So now she's sick. So, and then too, who's to say her illness is not making her think, oh, you still need to make a decision. No, I'm sick right now. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right. Well, I wanted to leave.
That's a big one.
Get out of there.
But I know there's got to be.
And that's on both sides. All these old senators and old House of Representatives, congressmen, there should always be a term limit. I've always said that. Mm-hmm. But who's going to vote on a term limit? Them. So they're not going to want to. Who's going to vote for a term limit on themselves?
Can somebody else do that though? They don't.
No, it has to be the House and the Senate.
They're not going to vote for that.
It's never going to happen.
See, that's why I thought it was another group that does that.
The only way it'll happen is that they die out and more young ones come in, but then they're going to want to keep being there. It's never going to happen.
Oh, well.
But unless the country demands it. Mm-hmm. If the country starts to demand, what are you looking at?
I thought that was the 459.
If the country starts to demand that there be term limits, then maybe they'll start to listen. But it's not going to happen. But she needs to get out of there.
Okay.
All right. We've never talked about this. I'm only going to brush on it real quick because everybody's like, y'all in Chicago and you guys aren't talking about this.
Talking about it though. You heard
concerns about the next time the downtown Chicago crowd becomes violent. Mm-hmm. All these teenagers descended on downtown Chicago.
Willy-nilly.
And people like, how do we stop it from happening? What do we do?
How do you stop mass of kids coming together?
Emerald says, I had a boss once who was in her 70s and he claimed that he would die behind his desk, refused to retire. That's probably what Feinstein is doing. She don't want to go nowhere.
One of my jobs that I had.
Don't whisper; they can't hear you.
One of my jobs I had. It was one of the co-workers. It was like a word processing pool long years ago. This lady, she made us so tired. We had to share. It was like groups of us had to share one printer. So if you flick to it and say, "I'm going to print," the other 4 couldn't print. So we had to say who's on. It's A and B. Who's on B? You would always hear that. Who's on B? Oh, Jennifer, get off of B so I can flick to B and print. So we would always hear her. Who's on B? Real old lady. Who's on B? Oh God. You can go print now, so and so. Okay. So we all was like, okay, who's on B? She was on B. She had fallen dead at her desk. On B.
She was on B.
She was on B. You remember that, Ma? She died on the floor. Her daughter worked upstairs in the executive office.
Wow.
And we were all seeing ambulance and stuff coming in, and the group come in, and I said, "Oh no, we won't hear no more. Who's on B?" She was on B.
And the bad thing is she died on B.
She was so old.
Get out of there.
I don't want you dying on the job.
You know what?
Leave.
And you know another person who didn't know when to retire?
What?
Our mother.
Yes. Mama held on.
Our mother, she had a part-time job. She had a part-time job of school walking the kids. What is it? Cross
guarding.
This lady, she was getting so old to where she would sit in her car because you're supposed to sit on the corner.
Right.
She would sit in her car. The kids would come up and they
just stand there waiting.
They stand there and wait for this old lady to get out of her car, get a walker.
Yes.
Open the walker up
and roll over.
Roll over to the corner.
Oh, hey, thank you for waiting. Come on, kids.
And then with the kids and her walker,
yes,
walk across the street.
Yes.
Not even all the way across the street. Because she couldn't make it all the way across the street.
She fall?
You might as well say the kids was walking by themselves.
She fell.
And she fell one time.
And the kids had to
in the middle of the street helping her up. You don't get these kids killed.
It's time for you to
get out of here, old lady.
Oh my God, I'm getting hurt. I'm getting the pain.
They don't ever go walk, Lenore.
Okay.
They don't ever want to retire. Drink your water. Drink your water right there.
Okay.
They never want to retire.
Oh, and kids picking her up at the cross guard. Oh my God, my mother. Leaning on the car. Oh God.
And the worst one would be when it would be parents with the kids. The parents and the kids. Mm-hmm. And they were so nice. They sit there and wait on her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would be protesting, saying, "Get this old lady out of here."
That's funny. Those kids love her to death.
They waited for her to say she was ready to retire. When did you decide, Mom? When it got too much? She decided that it was too much for her.
Yes. The kids would beat her at the stop. Oh my God, that was funny.
Now they probably late for school and everything, waiting on her to get out.
Yes.
So that's another one who they just don't want to leave.
And she loved the gifts that she received because all the kids gave her nice gifts.
They don't want to leave. Forced to leave. Now you don't want to go back, don't you? See, now she happy she retired. So that's why I'm saying, Feinstein, get out of there.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Okay.
But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, these Chicago kids.
Yeah.
So people keep saying, what are we going to do about these Chicago kids? Expert observers say that there appeared to be no big picture plan in place for the Chicago police to deal with pop-up crowds and out-of-control conduct. What are they going to do? There's nothing they can do. It's over 200 kids coming out in the middle of the street downtown. They don't even have enough police to do anything.
I think one thing they're trying to do is they're trying to prevent the crowds from coming in.
Okay, how do you do that?
I don't know, because they may have to block some streets. They may have to do patrolling, because when you see them all, they're not all coming together, because remember, they got to park, they got to get off a bus, they got to get off a train. You're going to get these crowds of kids at the beginning of the crowd, and then you can disperse them. No, too many, go home. Nope. It's
But how do you know the
unfortunate you gotta
difference?
police the kids
But how do you know
downtown.
there's a difference between just a regular crowd coming and they not part of everybody
because
else?
it's too many of them. It's too
No,
many
no,
of
you
them.
said start stopping them when they.
Or at the beginning of them coming into the
How
area.
you gonna do that? Now you're gonna start policing whether people can come into
You gotta
downtown?
police the places where they come in and how they, because
See?
most of them are not parking. Most of them are coming in on public transportation.
See?
Buses, trains.
Somebody
And it's
said
unfortunate
it
because
can
that's a
be
lot of
hard to
money.
draw the line, said former federal prosecutor, legal out. I think if it's a first time offense, it's very minor offense to begin with. I think you can make the case that they should be let go. If you have an even stronger argument, if you are able to say that they were engaged in First Amendment rights, they were there in some sort of protest, that may be a little tougher. That's what I'm saying. What if somebody say, "Oh, we was down there to protest something"?
I don't even think they smart
Then you
enough
have
to
to
do
get
that.
out of jail free card entirely. I just don't think. I think it's difficult.
Black Lives Matter, because they would say that. Black Lives Matter.
I think it's. You know what? In short of doing what Daley, who was a mayor
before.
who everybody was afraid to death of, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
Unless they do what they did, which is it don't even matter why you here. I'm hitting you over your head and get out of here.
Well, that's the
that's
thing.
wrong to do that.
Well, the mayor that's now that they could, because they're switching from Mayor Lightfoot. She's gonna not be mayor anymore.
What is he gonna do?
Well, the new guy, I don't know as far as, but I like how she handled things because she pretty much saying, okay, I understand y'all don't have nothing to do. Y'all trying to find things to get involved in. We get it. More your areas probably needs, because they going downtown. A lot of them, they have different goals when they go downtown on Michigan Avenue. A lot of them was hurting people.
Yeah,
they
this one
they
girl,
were attacking
this
people.
one
They were
lady-
messing with their cars.
This one lady was being attacked when she was trying to go in her apartment building.
Yes.
It was a white lady.
Yeah.
And they was surrounding her and they was attacking her.
Yeah.
And now that would have been a time, like I said, I would have had a gun.
They've had some shootings.
I would have shot up in the air. And then who's around?
See, and that's always,
You ain't gonna just jump me.
I don't like the fact that I was telling my sister, because a lot of times it's a give or take when it comes with our people
Right.
of color. And that's why some people are scared of people of color, because when these situations
But I would be scared of a group of white people too.
but a lot of them
A rowdy group of
we
white
keep
people.
saying white people. Most of these situations in the downtown areas that's been crowds have been black kids.
Of course,
let's
yeah.
just keep it real.
No, because when there's
I'm not talking about white
No,
kids.
because if the Bulls win, then it's a bunch
They
of,
act crazy
Yeah.
too, but we're talking about the Chicago area
Right,
now
right.
because they act
I
crazy.
said Chicago.
I'm saying we already understand that this happens in any crowd,
Right,
any
right.
color, because where we live is a very high percentage of Latinos.
It could be them.
And it can be them as well. So when you got over 200, 300, 400 kids
Yeah.
hanging around, you know somebody is up to no good.
Not
They're
everybody
not just hanging out.
Yeah, some people is chilling, and then some people is up.
And
to
I
no
get
good.
it if it was at a park. This is on Michigan Avenue
On
where
Michigan
you shop.
Avenue, yeah.
There's stores and people going in, they little bags. Oh, I'm so happy to be in Chicago. You got 300 kids coming your way. What are they up to?
But I'm just
So
saying.
a lot of times their motives are not pure, like the mayor right now is saying.
Yeah.
I don't mind you coming downtown, shop, go to the different things in Millennium Park. But she said when you start turning cars over,
Yeah.
beating up people, stealing, going into a store, all 50, 200 of y'all, she said, no, we got to draw the line.
But then
now.
here's the thing. Now I want to hear what their plan is on how they're going to stop this.
I don't think they need to tell their plan.
No, I don't think you
'Cause
need
the
to tell
kids
your
would
plan.
know. They would know.
But I'm just saying we need to know what the plan
Well,
is.
right now they got
You know
most of
what they
all the cops
need? This is what I
downtown.
would do. And I'm nobody, but this
Go
is what
ahead.
I would do.
What would you do?
I would put some plants in there, some teenage plants, some undercover teenage plants in there,
Mm-hmm.
and like how now you have to be an adult. I would plant some kids in all these
I
high
wouldn't
schools.
even say kids. I would say adults that look young.
No, I would do teenagers, for real teenagers.
But yeah, underage, I don't think you can.
I don't know. Change the law then. I would put them in every
But
school.
think about it. There are a lot of people that are over 18 that look young.
But I would put them in the schools. But this got to be real because they got to be real kids.
How are they knowing about it though? Isn't it social media that
That's
they're
what I'm
talking to?
saying. I would put plants in there. I would put in every school. What I would do is I would try to figure out a way to secretly work with the schools, and then I would have these plants in there, like informants, and we'll pay them some kind of way under the cover where people won't know, but they'll get some money or something. or maybe credit.
So they'll be informing.
They'll be
informants. To know
they'll be in all the discords. They'll be all on it. Yeah, and it has to be like popular kids. It can't be like the nerdy kids that nobody cares about.
I don't know if they can get away with that one.
I think
that's a good idea, but who would?
If I'm giving you some money or some college,
and you know they're not gonna say nothing.
No, you don't know. They're informants.
No, you don't. You believe that they would be informants and not say anything?
No, they're not going to say nothing to them. They'll say something to you. They're an informant. They're going to say something to the police.
Oh, see, I don't know. I like the ideal. I just don't like them using real kids at a younger age.
You can't do no 21 Jump Street.
Why not? It's gonna make my side hurt.
At 21 Jump Street,
cops can play
at 21 Jump Street, they look like they was 30 years old.
I'm just saying, for real. They could be looking like they're 17, 18 and go into the schools and stuff. But isn't that like...
No, I want them to be real. Like, I grew up with this kid.
But don't you just need to be on social media? You don't even need to physically be there.
No, I feel like if you're going to be there, like, you need to get, like, the prettiest girl in school or, like, the guy who's, like, the star athlete.
But you don't think social media is a way to get in?
And what you do is...
They saying, hey, be at such and such.
What they should have done is they should have, like the ones that was just down there now, they should have went and gone, and they should have pulled some of those kids off and took them in the car and brought them in the thing for questioning and made them informants. Like, this gonna happen again, and next time you're gonna let us know.
To be informants.
Yeah,
I don't trust them to keep that secret.
Yeah,
especially if they getting paid.
So what's the other alternative then? Nothing. There's nothing else you could do.
I don't know. I like your idea.
Other than cracking them over the head with a baton.
And they was also talking, I guess you overheard some people talking about this whole incident.
Maybe make the parents if whoever kids we pick up and put in the paddy wagon,
have to pay too.
The parents are charged with whatever it is your child is charged with. Maybe that'll make the parents go and see. A lot of these kids probably don't even have no parents.
Don't even care.
They probably got a mom who got like 8 kids.
Yeah.
And she ain't gonna.
She could care less where her son at.
So we don't know.
I don't know, y'all. That's a really hard.
That's a good one.
It's happening in other cities too.
So what do you do? Charge the parents.
They did that already.
That's what they doing. That's why I said
they did that already.
Charge the parents. They ain't gonna pay for it. Some of them probably on welfare or whatever. They can't pay for it anyway. And then some of
Mayor Lightfoot did the curfew.
The curfew thing.
They laugh at you.
That's why I said don't charge fines. Charge them with the crime.
That's the ones that get caught though. Everybody don't get caught because think about it.
No, but that'll cut it down.
They'll run away.
But that'll cut it down if we start doing paddy wagons and filling it up with 20, 30 kids. In a paddy wagon. And all the parents got to come down to the station, whether it's a mom or dad, and you get charged with the crime.
Wow.
Not a fine, a crime.
Don't they have to change the law books for that?
They would have to change the laws for that.
Wow.
Let's see how would that cut it down.
Everybody.
Because the kid that got the mom and the dad ain't going to be so quick to go out there with the one that got the 8 kids, baby mama with 8 dads. She going to be like, I got a mother and a father, and my mother and father will knock me out if I go down there with y'all.
And then what do you do in those cases where, think about it, there's parents who don't even know their kids is in gangs. Some of them do know.
Yeah.
And don't care.
They don't care.
And some of them don't even know.
Yeah, but if you find
But that stopped them. Would they kid listen to them then? Because if they've been taking themselves in that many times because their son keep getting in trouble, their daughter, how would that slow them down?
It'll slow them down because you're going to get charged with the crime.
I'm saying, but how can me being charged as a parent, how I'm going to slow my son down who don't listen?
He got to get out of here. You got to get out of my house. He don't live with me no more,
That's
Your Honor.
That's a hard one.
Your Honor, he ran away from home. He don't live with us. I don't even know nothing about what's going on with him. Yeah, if you don't want to get charged with that crime, you better prove I don't know nothing about what's going on with him. He don't live with me. But he's not going to be coming in my house after committing a crime. And then I don't get charged for it. I'm getting charged for it. He got free room and board? Nah. Because he probably bringing you some money.
Yeah.
You probably getting a kickoff from it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just the same as a kid with a gun, charge the parent. Even though the parent will say, why am I being charged for my child?
I had nothing to do with him getting that gun. I didn't even know he had it.
And your defense, you get to go to defense, right? You get charged with a crime. You go to the judge and you say, Your Honor, I've called the police on my son. Look at the record.
Yeah.
100 times.
And we see here
We've
now.
gone to, we've tried to have people talk to him.
Counseling.
Mentoring.
The
My pastor's here. I've cried on
you
the altar.
showing him that you are trying your best
Then
to
the
get
judge
this guy
is saying,
in order.
okay, I agree. You are a parent who is trying. Apparently this kid just don't want to listen.
Right.
But you're not going to walk in there chewing gum as a parent.
I didn't even know he was in the game.
And I asked
didn't know he had a
you,
gun.
well, what's going on? Oh, I don't know. Well, do you work 5 jobs? No. I'm unemployed. Oh, so you home all day and you don't know what your child doing.
So now you going to
jail too. You know what? You'll get to know your child because y'all gonna sell it. Y'all gonna be in the cell with each other for the next 6 months.
Oh God.
They don't want me to be a
So
judge.
I don't know. They have to probably change the law.
They have to change the law. I don't know.
I know in the Highland Park shooting, the dad got charged for the son having the gun at that parade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So
So that's going to be an ongoing thing.
And then I already told you the latest with this one. The recovery of the black teen allegedly shot by the white homeowner after ringing the wrong doorbell.
Yeah.
He was apparently trying to get help from other people in the neighborhood and they didn't even want to help him.
And this was in what city again?
Kansas City.
You would wonder what kind of neighborhood that is for a black kid to have that problems with not no one helping him.
But here's the latest. That's him right now. He survived.
He's not that tall. Is he 6 feet?
Oh, I don't know how tall he is.
The guy was saying the white man said he's 6 feet. And it was
that
scary.
old man.
This little boy, he can. Oh Lord.
So he survived. He's a walking miracle. They said a head of steel. Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Why would
you say
that I got a head of steel?
Wow.
The mom can say he was always hard headed, so I guess that paid off.
Wow.
So he survived.
Is he talking? He's doing everything.
He's talking.
Okay.
He's out. That was
anytime something hits your head, you're hoping that it doesn't.
That was he, and the fact that
damage.
he survived, even though nobody else wanted to help him, other than that other neighbor, is that's a miracle.
We can't wait to hear from him on the news when whoever does an interview with him and hear him talk. And get to know him.
Emerald said, I want to hear him talk. Remember I said I want to hear what happened.
Yeah.
Did you literally walk up to the door and ring the doorbell? Apparently the old 80-some-year-old man said he said something to him. See, that's why I told you. What's the whole story here?
Get off my land.
Or something. Or I'll shoot you or something. Regardless, I want to hear what happened.
Yeah.
But I want to hear his side of the story too. And hopefully he can tell us what happened.
I know.
Emerald says he doesn't even look intimidating.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's what I've been saying I'm thinking, I can see if
his pants was hanging down, he had his cap to the
he's
side.
6 feet and he's kind of buff.
Yeah.
Or chubby. No. Mm-mm. Hey, little
and
boy.
why would the other neighbors think he's in a gang of looking at him? Put your hands behind your back and get down on the ground.
Who would tell somebody?
And he's
to do that?
obviously shot.
Do they do that with other black kids that come to the neighborhood?
So there
and it's
you go.
just the next block over.
Thank you.
Wow.
So that's that end of that, Kansas City.
Okay.
Now, the donkey of the day. You always want to know who Charlamagne says the donkey of the day from the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Today, Charlamagne said the donkey of the day is Oklahoma sheriff says recording of killing talk was illegal. This sheriff, let me read what this man did. An Oklahoma sheriff office says a newspaper's audio recording in which the sheriff and other county officials are reportedly heard discussing killing 2 journalists and hanging black people was illegal and predicted felony charges will be filed.
Now, is it
now
in
he
the
don't
state?
even care about what he said. He cares about the fact that they recorded him.
Right.
Oklahoma.
So we never know if that's illegal in that state.
A post on the sheriff's office Facebook page says the agency first public comment since this happened. What happened was somebody recorded this sheriff and these other county officials in the car saying that they wish they could go back probably to the old days and hang black people and kill journalists.
And to be honest, it's sad that he said that because you and I were talking about the history of the police, the law enforcers, and why they even came about.
Yes.
So for you to say go back to
he want to go back to those days.
Why they even came together.
He wants to make America great again. That's what he really wants to say. He probably had on a mega hat. I want to go back to the good old days,
but you know,
where black people didn't talk back, and they
right.
said yes sir and
no,
yes
sir.
ma'am and no sir,
and I can put him on a tree if I want to.
And there is and has been an ongoing investigation to multiple significant violations of the Oklahoma Security of Communications Act, which states that it's illegal to secretly record a conversation. So he's more into secretly recording his conversation than he is to what he actually said.
Well, here's the thing.
He hasn't apologized for what he said.
And he's probably won't. That's one thing Sonny did say on the news as far as each state, and that's another thing I don't like about each state. There's some states that have a law in place that you can't record someone without their knowledge of being recorded. And there's some states where you can record them and whether they know it or not. So he technically is right. If in his state,
right,
if it's illegal to record him, he can say the meanest, ugliest,
you're not supposed to record him.
You are illegal for.
Jennings also reportedly says he knows 2 or 3 hitmen in Louisiana, adding their very quiet guys to take out journalists, I guess. In the recording, Jennings also appears to complain about not being able to hang black people, saying they got more rights than we got. So we got rights not to be hung anymore, I guess.
How is it that we got more rights?
How about not hanging anybody? How about that?
I'm trying to figure out what land did he come from. That's why
they keep saying we got more. That black people got more rights with the affirmative action and all that. This land is being taken from us.
And the sad thing about it is, I told you about that documentary, which I hope you get to see. One of the first people that the guy that did the documentary, a black man, he's a lawyer. He talked to somebody that's like him.
Thank you.
Holding a Confederate flag. And he asked him questions, why you feel that flag is so whatever. And, you know, I wish things was like they used to be. Those kind of comments. And he got to the point where even when he would say something back that was truthful, that was real, even like we all come from different parts of the world. The Native Americans actually are the first ones here, that kind of thing, because they don't understand. Native Americans, they can say go home. If I was Native American, I would tell every white person get out of here. This is my land. Y'all stole it. You know, so what can they say? No, you did. So he said his heart was so hurt that people like this gentleman feel the way they do, they would never change.
Well, here's the thing. When you see stories like this, don't ask black people why we make everything racial.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. You hear this sheriff and his officers saying they wish they could hang black. Why would a black person not think something is racial when things happen? Because we keep hearing these stories.
And the black man doing that documentary, and I'm going to write it down for you guys to get a chance. It's on Netflix.
It's a documentary that she said.
Who We Are, something, the Chronicles of Black Racism in America. Man, that man opened up a lot of information that I didn't even realize that's in our Constitution. Things like we all know we would consider property. Right. They had insurance on us.
So you should go out if your property is missing. You hire.
They got paid.
You hired. That's how the police department started.
Yeah.
You hired them to go out to pick up your property.
And he said, understand this, black people, because he had an audience of black, whites, all kinds of diversity in the audience that he was talking about. He said, please understand why black men fear police officers. It's been from the beginning.
There's a reason why. It's not just people don't just make up stuff.
Right.
That's why people think like that.
This is history that we are saying DeSantis and them should not cut off.
And quit saying to get over it.
When
you get a story like this.
This is rooted
How am I going to get over something when these people are still in power?
This is a sheriff saying this. He's bringing up that same spirit and how they all actually came about. Slaves. They was chasing slaves.
So he gets the donkey of the day.
Big donkey for real.
So you know.
But he may be onto something if in his state, if it's illegal to record
Which is a whole different. Here's the thing. Those are 2 different cases.
Yeah.
You can still 2 things can be true. You can still sue somebody for recording you when they wasn't supposed to, and you can also be fired for what you said.
Yeah, you should be. Because if you
and
still
let's say
things
you
like
don't,
that,
now let's say he sues and says you wasn't supposed to record me,
right?
Which means I can't be fired because everything I can't use that tape.
Yeah.
They still should shun you. You should be booed every time you go into the office. Black people should protest around his house. Send the migrant workers over there.
Front yard.
Texas man, Texas governor, send the migrant workers to stand in his front yard.
Yeah, yeah.
I would mess with him.
The voice of the people.
Voice of the people.
Make sure that's truly cancel culture.
That's cancel
that
him.
needs to be.
He needs to be canceled.
I don't want him pulling me over for anything.
And what white people don't understand is when you guys protest and say stuff, that means a lot.
Yeah.
Because they expect us to.
Yeah.
But that's why Martin Luther King had Jewish people and be out there too demanding that man get out of his office.
Everybody.
Because he make y'all look bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be like, get out. I don't want you party. You're not. And I love, like I told you, that incident when I got in that accident.
The dirty.
And the white guy got out the car, and I got out the car, and he called me a nigga.
That accident. Okay.
And then I got back in the car.
They said you ran them off the road.
Which I did. And I drove off.
But you stopped
and
to say
told me to go to the police department.
Ooh.
And I went to the police department, and I walked in, and it was a female police officer. And I said, I want to, I have a complaint. It was a white lady.
Okay.
I said, I have a complaint. And she said, what is it? I said, I was just involved in an altercation. The guy got out of the car and called me the N-word. And then she got so mad. She was madder than I was. She was more upset that he called me the N-word as a white woman than I was.
And that's how it should be.
She said, oh, I'm so glad you called. He called here. And we were getting ready to come get you.
See?
He said you ran him off the road. I did. We was merging and I ran him off the road.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
And
they called the cops on you.
He called the cops on me. She said, I don't even care about what happened. He called you the N-word. I'm going to find them.
That messed it up for them.
She said, you can go now. Don't even worry about nothing.
Thank you.
Now, because he called me the N-word, he messed up his whole case. They didn't even want to hear about me running him off the road. How dare you call this black lady the N-word? You could have got out the car and handled it like a professional and a man. But to call her the N-word, you make us look bad. That's probably how she felt.
We have a few police officer situations that happened to us, but I truly remember that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the white people in that county need to say, get him out of here.
Yeah. We
talking
don't want
about
him representing
he's not our sheriff.
But he was with other
get them out of
workers.
there too. Run them out of town. What happened to running people out of town?
I don't even know.
Remember back,
you thinking of guns?
remember back in the day you would run somebody out of town? What happened to running people out of town?
Man, all
white people out of town.
We don't see that happen that much.
We need to go back to those days.
Aww.
Get out of here, Herbert. Nobody wants you to hear.
You don't think the way you do, Herbert. You don't represent us. No.
So run him out of town.
Okay.
Him and those people that was in the car. Get them out of there.
Well,
so that was it. All right. Did you have any other stories? Don't forget, guys, to get our book. 100.
I hate that it shows backwards.
100 family-friendly jokes.
Yeah.
Volume 1.
Joke of the day.
Joke of the day from the Woods Report.
100.
The link is in our description. But you can also go on Amazon and just put in 100 family-friendly jokes. The book is selling.
The Woods Report.
The book is selling like hotcakes.
We're grateful that we can make you guys laugh every day with the joke of the day.
Yeah.
But like Kim
we're
was
still
saying,
going to do the jokes, but we just want you to buy the book.
We still do the joke of the day.
Help support our channel. And then you can also, what we're going to do in the future is I think we'll have people hashtag themselves
Taking
holding the
a
book
with
up.
it,
Yeah. And, or maybe even tell a joke and we'll put it on our channel. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay.
But I want to make sure everybody has the book. I'm going to start asking people while we're doing the thing. Do you have our book? Do all of that. Because I want to make sure everybody has the book.
All the listeners are saying.
All right, y'all. You got
Okay.
anything else? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Always believe. Pick up the book. And that was another Woods Report. See you later.